Okay, so I'm Thomas Jockin. I'm a typeface designer. I went to Parsons School of Design for my undergrad, and I'm in the first year of Type at Cooper. It's a postgraduate degree in typeface design, and I've been working for myself as a type designer since 2008 after I finished apprenticing under a typeface designer named Joshua Garden back in New York for 2 years. Be more specific, I'm specifically a typeface designer, so I'm like an ultra niche of a graphic designer. Like I focus on lettering and typeface design, especially most of the time. I do a little branding, but yeah. So generally, what I do is I do for hire work for corporations and art directors for lettering projects, whether it be logos or spot art or illustrations with lettering, specifically like words. Or commissioned to do typefaces for clients. So that's, they have a magazine or something they want a proprietary typeface, they would hire me to work with them, develop it, and execute it. Also, I do my own typefaces for retail. So I think the one that I released last year was Galactic Grotesque. It was an interpretation of copperplate Gothic for today's designer. And I developed it on my own and brought it to the market. Did the whole kit and caboodle. Licensing rights, development, business, PR, like all the things that come with it are not designed. The making of letters per se, you get to do all that because you're on your own. Yeah, and I'm working on my next release now. It should be out in about a month or two, so I'm very excited about that. Yeah, so that's what I do. I think the main thing, just in general, is just that I don't know. I feel like I just know. I felt it when I was working there, and I just felt it. My friends who do have full-time gigs, like in day jobs, like you're in constantly. You don't control your destiny. Like your life's not your own in some ways. Like you have to beat by the drum of someone else, and what you get back in return doesn't seem like to me it paid off for it. Like, because it seemed almost as if like getting a set gig, you get healthcare, yeah, you get this and that, but then you have no autonomy, you have no ability to do what you want to do, and you have to be, and there's always that fear of like getting fired. That's really no different than my life, quite frankly, where, I'm gonna have, peace and famine, good months and bad months, but at least it's in my terms, in my life, and the way I want to live, and it's not under someone else's terms. I think for me, that's like the biggest thing. I just recently moved to Portland, Oregon from New York, and just doing my thing from here. I think the biggest thing is like relates to the reason why I moved in the first place, like getting out of that mindset of what I couldn't do. I'm too young, I'm too inexperienced, I don't have enough money, I know the right people, like this overwhelming feeling like I had nothing in me, like I had nothing to give the world, or I wasn't ready. I wasn't right. It's all mental. I had all this training, all this education, and all this passion wanting to do it. I just felt like this big weight was on me that kept me back. And, it really took getting that hurdle to really make my career what it is, quite frankly. Because I think it stops a lot of people, to be honest. Like I feel like they have all those things they want to do in their lives, but they're so afraid. Like they think they're so focused on what they don't have, what they can't do, what they think they can't do. I think three-quarters or half the thing of the issue is just like making that first step to go for it, that scary first step where you don't know. And that's the thing too, like, especially when you're doing development on your own and you're working for yourself, you're all alone in some ways. I kind of like the rule of thirds in terms of my business. Like I feel like a third should go towards imaginarial, meaning emails, contract writing, timetable assessments, you know, collecting on invoices. Like a third goes towards that. A third core goes towards work, like real work, like client work and all that. And a third goes towards fun projects, either my own projects or collaborating with the designers, that I work on, do side projects with them. So generally, kind of works like from like 9 to 12. It's surprisingly regimented. This kind of like there's this assumption that when you work for yourself, it's very easy. Like it's very much like at noon, I'll roll into the office around 2 p.m. I'll do an all-nighter, and then go, come back in the office, like very flexible and all that, which is true. There's a lot of flexibility, but at least for me and how I work, I'm very regimented.